welcome to this week's episode of Luv Subbin.
Yes, we're in Maryland.
At Martinak State Park.
And we're just enjoying the birds here and the nature trails and all the wildlife they have here.
Yeah, this is you can see a small little inlet to the Choptank River. And prior to this, I read James Michener's Chesapeake, which was like 8,000 pages, but it definitely spoke of this area, the history, the oysters, the Native Americans who are here. Very interesting, and it's always great to kind of do a little pre-research before you show up in an area. You can definitely appreciate it more.
Right, and it's just, you just learn a little bit more about the area and then you get to see it, so that's pretty fun.
Awesome. So we're going to stay a couple days relaxing here in Martinak, and then it's off to Patapsco, I think it's called, State Park, closer to Baltimore for a little urban adventure.
Right.
And
then we'll go from there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check out this campsite, because I think we got a little secret here for you.
Yep, a little
about
tip.
Maryland State Parks.
A little tip, it'll help you out.
This is a nice place for a morning walk along this path to the Choptank River, and you can see what's a cool thing here is that along the pathway they have different bird species that you can spot, and then you can check out that QR code and you can hear their call, so that if you're not certain.
Look up that one in our book, because it might have been that is the one that we saw from the other amphitheater.
Okay.
So I'll have to look him up.
All right, what a nice way to start the morning, just with a morning walk, a cup of joe, and again the Maryland State Park, just knocking it out of the state park, you could say, for having things like that bird display there.
Yep, it's awesome. So this is our site number 29, and this was not a reservable site. This is a first come first served site that we were able to snag at the entrance when we came in at 1 o'clock, which is the check-in time for Maryland State Parks. So we were very lucky to get a power site, because we originally reserved a primitive site, which was basically boondocking. Right,
because we booked this boondocking site like a week before the 4th of July weekend. It was just, a week before. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday we're staying here. And we had no reservation, so we booked the boondocking site. We showed up, the guy was a former Vermonter.
Right, hooked us up.
Saw our plates and said, hey, would you rather have an electric site? And we're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, we're actually site 28.
Right, and you can see this site here, here's a tip. Because it's first come, first serve, it's an electric site. 4th of July weekend, this site stayed open the entire weekend. So sites are out there.
Right, and so this is site number 28. He gave us this one because it was the better of the two.
Yeah.
And so let's take a look. So as you can see, it's a nice shaded site. The picnic table is well away so that the awning can come down. The fire pit was marginally clean.
Yeah, I give it a D.
I give it a D?
Yeah. You weren't there picking up the gross stuff.
Oh, okay. So we have power, of course. We have the little hanger for garbage or a lantern, whatever you want to put it on there. We put our little laundry spinner.
Yep.
Dryer.
Super level, no blocks needed.
Super level, no blocks needed.
30, 15 amp.
It's very wide open.
Yep.
So you could see the width of your vehicle would be determined by this thing, which is the wood outline. You can see the electric services.
Yep, and we get water from a nearby.
Is it 50 amp or is it just 30 amp?
It's 30 and 20 amp.
30 and 20 amp, okay. So in the jerry cans where we get water. And they have water stations throughout the campground here. So there you have it.
Martinak State Park, good campground review C.
Yes.
And one really cool thing, because our site is non-reservable online, when we wanted to extend for a day, you just go up here, grab one of their little envelopes, fill it out, check or deposit money in the box, and we were able to sign up for one more night. Super easy.
Right.
Look at what happened here. We have a gentleman here from the Maryland Conservation Corps who brought one of his ambassadors along. Yeah. And that is a, what is it?
This is an eastern corn snake.
Right.
They are native to most of the East Coast.
Okay.
And they don't normally come in this color. They come in more of a brownish color or a yellowish color. But they, go ahead, don't go towards his face, okay? But they have this nice pattern on their belly that represents the Indian flint corn, thus his name Flint.
And his name is Flint Eastwood, right?
Flint Eastwood.
Exactly.
That's the coolest name for a snake ever.
Exactly.
But he's one of our animal ambassadors with the Scales and Tails program for the Maryland Park Service.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We actually have 10 locations across the state. that you can go find either some of our raptors or our reptiles.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we're about to hit a concert, but the Maryland State Parks is here. Look what they got today.
What kind of owl is that?
This is Tilden, our eastern screech owl. He came to the program because, if you could tell, he has a eye problem. He's a little bit older. He's about 16 years old. And then we have Miriam, who was taken at birth. She was hatched and fell out of the nest, and someone grabbed her, and she came into our program after they realized, hey, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
So we're returning from a free concert that Maryland Friends of Martinak State Park put on. It was a bluegrass concert with some great fiddle.
Yep, and we really enjoyed it.
It was awesome. I mean, Maryland State Parks, you guys are knocking
The dust off of
yeah.
a lot of state parks with all their activities.
Free concerts.
And we got to see a hawk and a little screech owl. It was so cute.
Yeah, so
A lot of fun.
This is one of those videos that we're not sure we even want to post because we don't want people to know about how cool, how beautiful these parks are, the
They are.
programs that they have going.
Very well tended.
So, hey Maryland, you guys are doing it right.
Yep, they do. They're doing it right. So what's happening now?
Well, it's Project du jour time, and last night we went to open the freezer and this broke right here.
A little clip there on the end.
And that just, the freezer door fell off, and so...
It was not functional after that.
Yes.
And so we glued that piece back.
With Gorilla Glue, we'll see if that works.
And we have another fridge door on order.
Yes, from Dyer's RV, I think.
Yeah, I was amazed. I was amazed to actually find the part because this is a 20-year-old refrigerator, but I think this might be a common part.
Right.
So,
So we'll leave a link to Dyer's below.
Yep.
In the description, but we watched a YouTube video.
Yay! And we're going to attempt to put this back on.
But yeah, I mean, this is the reason we're including this in some of our videos is twofold. If you watch our channel trailer, we say we're going to include when things don't go right. And RVing is just not about wonderful vistas and campfires and stuff. It's about fixing things in beautiful places. And
we're in Maryland.
You know, so many people talk about taking their thing. If you're an RVer, you're going to have to fix stuff. And if you're under warranty, well, that's fine if you want to live at the dealership. But if you're an RVer or a boater, you're going to fix stuff, and that's just the way it is.
And so you sort of have to learn how to fix stuff, and that's what YouTube is for.
Right, so we'll see if we can make this thing work. Otherwise...
We have another fridge door on order, and it may come with its own spring housings, but we're going to attempt to put this one back on because that order's not going to come in for another week.
Alright, so we're going to turn the camera off because there might be some language that will not be suitable for YouTube as I try and do this.
And we'll film as we get
stuff and
we'll film as we get things done, and hopefully this won't be a complete catastrophe.
Right. Alright, it is now 11:30 in the morning. We'll see how long it takes.
So the first thing we're doing is moving these little spring, what do they call, spring housings?
Yeah.
Well, I think they have to be in a downward position, so we're going to see if we can't, we've done one right there, so we're going to try to see if we can get it into a downward back position here. As he continues to try to do that without swearing. So the video indicated that the spring housings, which are those little clips right there, need to be in the downward position. Like so. And then we're going to attempt to fit the door as we watch the video. So you gotta make sure the spring is pushed in on the left side. You're gonna put the left side in first on the little cam there. And he's trying to get the right side to go in. A minimal. What was the best way to accomplish that? With your fingers or
cursing? Saying bad words.
So we were having to be delicate with the left side because that's the side that's broken. And so we got the thing in, and now we just need to move the cams back into position, correct?
Yep.
We opened it and closed it a few times to get it lined up, and now we're just pushing those things back into the wall. There's one. I think my idea of using the Dawn soap to help lubricate might have been a good idea.
That wasn't a bad idea.
There! Yay! Our freezer door now works.
And by the way, if you think my headlamp is rocking, we'll leave a link to that in our Amazon store. This is the greatest headlamp of all time for fixing things. So now we just gotta clean it up.
Yep, clean it up, and we now have a functioning freezer door, and then we have one on order now too, so
yeah,
in case that one breaks.
It's still, there's a lot of pressure on that one little clip there,
yep.
And it's Gorilla Glued, so.
And it may or may not break, so
right.
and now we know how to install the next one. So.
Yeah. And finally, for today's work, the little oven light went off. And that was easy, just obviously changing a light bulb. But the important thing there was a 194 XL weird light. But I had it in my toolkit, so it was an easy replacement. So now we have a little bit of oven light.
Well, it's a weak oven light. Do you think
well,
maybe we can find a better one?
We're going to try and find an LED, because this is the only light in the Airstream that's still incandescent, and for boondocking that's not good.
But this is a good temporary fix until we find the replacement oven
we have
light.
2 temporary fixes, and that's the key. You know, when you're Airstreaming or RVing, sometimes you have to be prepared for that temporary fix. This will get us, and this is a non-critical item, and even the...
Well, it is for me, it's a critical item for me, because I need to have some light over my cooking surface. That looks really kind of weaker than it used to be.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a mission critical item for me, but we do have a temporary fix on the freezer door. If it breaks again, we have one on order. And now we know how to put it back in.
I tell you what, if it wasn't for that YouTube, never in a million years would I have figured it out. Never.
And you're
ever.
an engineer.
And so I'm going to comment, it was some New Zealand dude.
It was New Zealand or Aussie? Australian.
I'm saying New Zealand. But I'm commenting below. I'll include a link to his video too, just in case you want to give him some love. I never would have figured that out.
Yep.
All right.
Two temporary fixes and a beautiful place.
Yes. Well, it's been about a month since we had the fridge door repair.
Well, with Gorilla Glue, no less.
There was no chance I thought that was going to hold.
I didn't even think you were going to get it in.
I thought I was going to break it as I put it in.
Absolutely.
And it is holding spectacularly for over a month.
Well, keep our fingers crossed, because now that we say that, it's going to break probably.
Well, if it does, we have this brand new fridge door that we're going to carry. We've been carrying around for a month.
Right.
And I'm absolutely confident that when the executor of our estate is finally selling this Airstream after we've both passed, they're going to see this brand new fridge door and say,
why the heck did they buy that?
Why do they have this? Because this fridge door, now that we've bought this one,
right,
is going to last forever.
It's like having an umbrella. It's not going to rain.
Exactly. So if you like this video,
give us a big thumbs up.
And if you think we've earned a subscription, click the subscribe.
And comment below if you fixed something and you got a spare part and it lasted forever.
Because we come out with RV and Airstream related videos just like this one every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.